Today we're going to be talking about how to Photoshop pictures of your laptop at the beach. No, I'm kidding. I got inspired to do this because I was talking with another publisher and he has had a lot of success in his own publishing career to the point now where he is going to quit his job. He's going to quit his day job and he's going to do publishing full time among his other business interests. And I was basically telling him just to hold on and eat shit for a couple more months because there's a big problem with the digital nomad lifestyle, and there's a big problem with the transition of going from having a steady paycheck to working online full time. And that problem is partly based on money and it's partly based on mindset. So without further ado, let's go into the sick PowerPoint presentation I have. Bam! Fuck yeah. Kindle Publishing Action Plan. So if you're doing well with Kindle Publishing and you're getting to the point where you're going to quit your job and you're going to become a full-time publisher, whether that's staying where you are in your home country, or if you're going to move abroad and become a quote-unquote digital nomad, because I bloody hate that term. And as someone who has done this now, I've been working online abroad for 2 years, so I have quite a decent amount of experience in the field. And basically everything in this video that I'm going to tell you is stuff that I didn't do, and I wish I did. So the first point: save up 6 months of income, 6 months of living expenses, bare minimum, before quitting your job. Do not move to the other side of the world with no money at all. That is not a good plan, because I mean that's what I did. I moved, oh God, it was about 10,000 kilometers. I moved from Taiwan, where I was an English teacher at the time, and I moved to South America. And I didn't have 6 months of income saved up, and my online income at the time was nowhere near what it should have been. And let me tell you, those first few months were a living hell. They were horrible, because every morning I woke up with a sinking feeling in my stomach of where's the money going to come from today? And that's why I recommend you have this safety net of the 6 months of income, because then even if your business goes to complete shit, and let's say you get banned from every Amazon platform known to man, and you have 0 monthly income coming in, then at least you have that 6 months you've saved up to fall back on, because that's gonna immediately make you a better Kindle publisher. It's just gonna make you a better business person, because I'm skipping now to point number 3, because you eliminate all the neediness from your business. And this might not be an obvious thing, but having neediness in your business is the worst thing you can have. This is something I learned from a guy called Ben Settle, a person I admire a lot. And he says that eliminating neediness from your business is probably the most important thing you can do. You need to have outcome independence. And what that means is, if you make 0 money at the end of the month, you're fine. Obviously, you don't want to do that every month because you'd be screwed. But once in a while, if shit does hit the fan, you have that safety net. And the other thing that eliminating neediness does is it just makes your work of a higher quality. Because there are things you're going to do consciously or subconsciously that will mess up your business. Like, say if you're writing a book title on Amazon and you just need the money that month, you just really need it, you're going to end up making a claim, a bigger claim in your book title, which the customer's not going to believe. You're going to write things in your book description that the customer isn't going to believe, because you just really need that extra sale, or 10 or 20. And that's going to manifest itself in your work. And the final point, which is actually point number 2 here, that is to anyone who is an aspiring digital nomad. whatever you think your living costs are going to be when you move abroad, whatever your favorite YouTuber says, just add 50% on top of that if you haven't done this before. Because when you move to a new country, and a big problem in the digital nomad scene is that people just drastically undersell how much it actually costs to live abroad. Because it is a lot cheaper than living in your home country, especially if your home country is the US or the UK or Australia, and you're moving to Thailand. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's going to be so much cheaper. But I see figures getting thrown about $300 a month, $500 a month. That's just not realistic, especially if you're moving out there for the first time. Because number one, if someone's spending $500 a month living in Chiang Mai, for example, they are sacrificing a lot. Whether they tell you that on video, that's a different story, but they're sacrificing a lot to live on $500 a month. And if you move to Chiang Mai for the first time, for your first time in Thailand, you are not going to want to live on $500 a month because it's going to be pretty boring. You're going to want to explore the country. You're going to want to do activities. You're not going to want to stay in your apartment all day working on your business. Because the first time you move to any country, you should experience it for what it is, not just somewhere you're moving because it's cheaper. And that's why you're going to spend more than you think you are. And the second reason you're going to spend more than you think you are is just because if you've never been somewhere before, you're not aware of how much everything should be costing you. You're going to overpay for things. And, you know, it might not be 50% more than you think it's going to be. But it well could be, especially if you overpay for big items like rent, or if you're renting a scooter, say, you could easily end up paying double what you should be paying. And that's even with the best intentions and all of the research in the world. For example, I am currently in Ukraine. I'm in Kiev in the Ukraine, and I don't know how much things are supposed to cost here. It's pretty cheap. Am I probably overpaying for stuff? Yes. Does it matter to me now because I'm making a decent amount of money from my publishing business? No. But if I moved here and I was like, okay, I have $500 a month to spend, that is my bare minimum. Sorry, that is my maximum I can spend. Then yeah, I would probably be a little bit screwed. So that is your Kindle Publishing action plan. If you are already doing well in your business and you're considering quitting your job to move abroad or just to become a full-time publisher in your home country. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, I have a free bonus for you, staying to the end. Go to the link in the description, El-Gorr.com, that's EL-GORR.com, and I will give you a free copy of my 7 Deadly Self-Publishing Sins ebook. And when you have that, you'll learn some mistakes that people make when publishing and how to avoid them and how to grow your self-publishing income.